All right, in this video we're going to talk about the release, and it's a question I get all the time. We're going to show you a way to release the golf club so you do not start hitting it more crooked, but you probably are going to gain more power and more consistency. Hey everybody, Scott Hogan coming at you. We're here in the studio. We're gonna go over that release. Before we do that, make sure you check out, if you're interested in seeing some at-home work with your launch monitor or drills in general, make sure you check out our at-home practice guru, and you'll be able to sign up for that group. It's gonna have drills that we'll keep adding as we go on and just keep building a community there. So if you're interested, check that out. And as always, if you're interested in more drills, things to help your game, click that subscribe button down below. Now let's jump into the simulator bay. Let's start talking about the release. All right, so let's start talking about the release. So what most people think about when they're thinking releasing the golf club is they're thinking about twisting their hands and arms. Now, is there an element of what we call pronation and supination of your arms? There is some element of that, but that is not what we're talking about when we're doing a release. There's actually a better way to release the golf club. When you are starting to think about just twisting everything like this, what you're going to get is a lot of face rotation, and then what ends up happening is you get a lot of flip where you get that kind of ugly impact position, and you're not going to really like what you see. Now, what we want to do is actually release this in a little bit different way, and we're going to train our trail wrist, so for me, my right hand, in the proper manner to release a golf club. So the way that it works when I'm going to hit a golf shot, my trail wrist, when I start bringing the club back, what actually happens is this wrist just bends backwards, okay? So it goes into what we would call extension, and anytime we're talking about wrists, we're talking about this part of our wrist. So this part starts to extend. If it flexed, this part's flexing. So I'm going to bring this thing back, and what ends up happening is this wrist just starts to bend back, okay? So if I'm making a good backswing, my wrist is going to bend back. Is there a little bit of a feeling of getting some wrist hinge up? There is a little bit, but again, that kind of is more of a natural feel as you go through. What we're looking at is seeing that wrist bend back. Now, if I want to release the golf club properly and be able to hit the ball really long and really straight, the thing that I want to be able to do is take that wrist from bending back to having it bend and flex forward on the way through. So what it's looking like is it's bent back and then it bends, I guess, forward, we would call it, or flexes forward. So it's going to work more like a windshield wiper here. It's going to go back and through. And when we release the golf club that way, what that allows us to do is keep that club face square for longer. I'm not going to be coming down and getting this big twist to the face all of a sudden. So you'll hear me talk a lot about when you get the swing going, we check the club face at two positions. One, okay, about a quarter of the way back in the backswing, get that club face right here, even with the spine. We get up and we bring it back down so we're even with the spine. It's important that we work on those positions so when we go to release the club, I can release it with speed and not have to twist the club face and rely on some unbelievable timing to be able to hit that shot. So we would call this more of a mechanical release, one where that club face and your body parts are working how they're meant to. It's not ideal that you have to start twisting everything and doing things like that. So if we can make a swing and get that face square in those positions, now I can just release the thing and hit a shot and feel like I put some speed on it and don't feel like I have any hold on, any weird feelings of chicken winging, things like that as we go through. It's going to let me feel very natural as I go of just releasing it. And I get a lot of people that say, well, hey, Scott, isn't that going to cause that flip? Well, if you actually watch it, okay, when I bring it in and I go to throw it, you'll see I don't ever actually get the club head to pass if I'm doing this correctly. I'm trying, but I'm not going to ever get it. If I go like this, and I come in and I start to twist it, what actually happens is my hands actually start to back up as I do that twisting motion, whereas as I'm throwing this right hand, it's actually pushing the whole set of hands forward through the swing, which then gives us that look of having our hands leading into impact. So you're going to make nice contact as you do it too. So again, it's not a twist as we go through. It's understanding how this trail wrist works, where it's bending back, flicking it through. That gives us that feeling of release, have nice control, be able to hit the ball a little bit more solid. So try that out, see what you think. If you have questions about it, comment down below. Remember, if you want to see more tips like this, click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.